Hello, good morning everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Yudi Saifuddin. I am from class B1 20 and 23. Alright, today I'm going to talk about the concept in English for specific purposes or ESP, which is approach, not products. ESP is often misunderstood as merely focusing on specific content or vocabulary, like English for medicine business. However, it's more about the approach we take to the teaching language based on learners' specific need, not just about producing material. So, in the next few minutes, I will explain about how ESP focuses on methodology when analyzing learner needs and designing language courses that are flexible and targeted, rather than being a fix of the self product. ESP focus on the use of English in specific contexts such as business, engineering, medicine, law, or tourism, is usually designed to help learners acquire language relevant to communication in their work or study situation. So, in the characteristics of ESP, the first one, a specific objective. The course material is tailored to the specific needs of learner based on their professional or academic context. Second, applied context. The language to relate to real-world situation in work or study, such as readings, Canvas journals, writing technical reports, or communicating in a business environment. Practical skill-oriented. Focus on language skill that can be directly applied in work or study, such as presentation, negotiation, or business correspondence. So, from this comparison, show that ESP as an approach is a more dynamic and learner-centered method of teaching, whereas ESP as a product is more fixed and structured with less emphasis on adaptability to specific contexts. Here, the process of ESP in practice, it begins with the first one, need analysis, which aim to identify learners' specific needs in using English, whether in a professional, academic, or vocational context. The second, curriculum planning, which aims to develop learning material and content that are in accordance with the result of the needs analysis. The third, learning material development, which aim to provide learning material that are relevant to the learner goals and context. Four, learning implementation, which aim to apply teaching material and methods according to the specific context of the learner. The five, learning evaluation, which aim to measure students' achievement against established objective. And the last, adjustment and follow-up, which aim to ensure that the curriculum and the material remain relevant and effective. So, with this approach, ESP focus on the outcome that are relevant and practical for learners in the specific context they encounter in their careers or studies. So, in the conclusion, as an approach, ESP involves need analysis, development of relevant material, and the teaching method designed to achieve specific goals in a particular professional, academic, or vocational context. The summaries of the content. ESP focuses on continuous process in which learning material and the technique can be adjusted based on the situation and development of the learner, with the ultimate goal of improving English communication skill in a specific context. And the final thought. So ESP is not treated as a fixed and limited product, but rather as a dynamic and contextual learning strategy oriented to the unique needs of each group or individual learner. So that's all for the explanation of English for specific purposes or ESP as a approach, not a product. I am happy to take any question if there are any. So, do you have any question? Alright, if there are no questions, I think enough for today. Thank you for your attention. See you next time.